Hi, my name is Pei-ju. I'm going to present my tendencies in my philosophy of education. After I completed the survey, the results showed that the existentialism represent my philosophy of education. So today I want to focus on 4 points of my philosophy of education, then sharing my core philosophy of education as a conclusion. The first one I want to mention is about the purpose of education. I believe that the purpose of education is to cultivate in students awareness that they are free agents responsible for creating their own selves and purposes. I think students should find the answer from within, not strictly from outside sources. That is, freedom is the main focus. The goals of education must be expressed in terms of awareness, acceptance, and personal responsibility. Let me share my experience about being a learner when I'm studying abroad. I'm here as a learner. I think self-awareness and self-disclosure on relationships become a necessity for an international student. Self-awareness helps me identify the actions that I need to take, cope with the anxiety of studying abroad, and present myself appropriately. Because of the awareness, I am responsible for acquiring knowledge, having good attitudes, and learning behavior. Okay, the second one I want to share is about teaching method. In teaching method, I am in favor of humanism. I think humanism is a good way to motivate students because it concentrates upon the development of student self-esteem, positive feedbacks, and proactive attitudes. The environment in the class will help students have a positive emotional state, boosting students' self-concept and promoting interpersonal communication can increase an internal sense of individual esteem. There are no extrinsic rewards to students, so they need to expect to derive their reward from themselves, such as self-check or self-reflection. Those assessments did advance students from the sense of their own responsibility and achievement since they feel careful, encouraged, and supported as they learn from their strengths and weaknesses. Of course, it also means the progress of student self-development. Okay, the third one I wanna share is classroom management. In class management, I think teachers should be flexible. Teachers should focus more on students' fluency, not accuracy. When learners feel less inhibited to express an unclear message, students can communicate more freely. Well, free to talk is an approach to facilitate students' motivation. For example, when I taught my kids in written English in Taiwan, correct grammatical rules are not the priority in my class because I want my students to write with a spirit that is their own rather than just fulfilling an assignment. So writing conference and peer checking went very well in my class. Writing conferences provide students with conveying the meaning of the content freely. So this assessment advances students from the sense of their own responsibility. And peer checking is also good for English learners to feel free talking with one another about what they write. I thought the English language learners do need a sense of community. When they feel safe, they are more willing to share and help each other. Peer response sometimes can be more valuable than teachers' feedback. The interactions, working collaboratively, help students build a closer relationship. Therefore, this activity offers a good opportunity to make students get along with others. Okay, the last one I want to focus is teacher's role. I think education should be built on concerning for the meaning and understanding of students. Teachers play an important role towards students. They must be a skilled communicator with significant knowledge to teach and help about students' lives. Education should help students self-discover the healing process, leading eventually to improved self-esteem. Because I believe that individual happiness, academic achievement, and supportive social behavior all come from a positive sense of self-esteem, which students can learn and can get from schools. So, in my core philosophy of education, I do believe that schools consist of unique students, teachers, and conditions, and that these unique interpretations must be considered. That is, I also agree that teachers are the best judge of student success. Thank you for your time.